So today I'm going to be talking about taking time out. What does time out mean to you? What does actually taking time out mean to you? For me, it's when I do something completely different than my normal routine, which maybe would include work or something I'd be doing at home, but it's time I consciously decide to take for myself. Now, I might be doing it with other people, but time out for me is time when I can just chill and I can just be by myself for a few moments. It doesn't have to be a day, it doesn't have to be an afternoon, an hour. It's just a few moments that I can take time out for myself. Lots of people do time out in other ways. They go on holiday, they go on breaks, they go on mini breaks, they maybe play sport, they may go off for a swim. But what is your routine for taking time out? Because it is so important. We as human beings can't keep working and can't keep going and can't keep the pressure up all the time. We do need time to rest, time to rejuvenate, time to take for ourselves. Give our chance for our body and our brain and our mind and our brilliant brain just to chill for a bit. And there's thousands of studies about how it's important to do this and to master some type of routine and make sure it's in your day to do it. Now, a lot of people may do meditation, or they may do some self-hypnosis, or they may listen to music, etc. And that's up to them. I've done all of those and found them really useful. One thing I've also found with those type of activities is that people overcomplicate it. They think they have to sit in a certain way and breathe in a certain way and imagine something or imagine a part of their body doing something to relax, etc. And they're all great, and they are fantastic ways to do it. So I don't want to say don't do those things, but you need to find what's useful for you. So in today's session, I wanted to find and tell you about something that I have found useful for myself, and I call it my 5 technique of just taking some time out. And I thought I'd go through that with us in this session just so you could experience it and see what you think about it. It's very simple, and the reason why it's designed like this is because I kept forgetting what I had to do when I was being taught to meditate. So I decided, right, I must come up with something that I can do any time of the day. I can do it with my eyes closed or my eyes open. I don't need anything else like a timer, a gong, some music, an audio, voice to listen to. I can just do it by myself, but I must do it for at least a minute. And then I could do these minutes throughout the day. So I could do them, for example, when I drove to work. I used to do this in the car before I went into work. It just took a minute. I used to do it when I finished work and I sat in the car before I went home or got home. And that helped me separate my mind from work mode and in work to time out mode. I've done it at lunchtime, in the park. I actually do it in the gym. When I go for a swim, I do it while I'm in the water. I stop swimming and just take a minute. Do it in the jacuzzi as well. If you're lucky, you've got access to something like that. You can do it anywhere. But what I wanted to encourage you here is to do it, to try it out and tell me what you think. Very simple. It involves breathing in through the nose, holding that breath, and then breathing out through the mouth. And it involves doing that for 5 seconds each. So breathing in for 5 seconds, holding for 5 seconds, and then breathing out for 5 seconds. And we do that 5 times. Now, the reason why I do it 5 times, because there's people here who are watching this thinking, well, if you do that 4 times, Steve, that's 15 seconds each round, so that's a minute. I know that, but I like to do 5 because it rounds it off. But also, we're not very good at estimating time. If you didn't have a clock in front of you now, or you didn't have, your timer or whatever, and I said, right, let's all stop for a minute. We're going to stop for a minute, and I want you to tell me when that minute's up. And you didn't have any way of telling. The majority of the people that are watching would say it finished before the minute was up. And I've done this in conferences, and I've done this in different arenas when I've been talking about time investment. And we underestimate time rather than overestimate time. We underestimate time, when we are anticipating something, and we overestimate time when we're planning for something. But we're not talking about that today. We're talking about taking some time out. So let's go through the routine together. You already know it's only going to take a minute. So come on, let's invest this time together. So if you're sitting in a chair, feet on the floor, grounded to the floor, feet flat on the floor. Your hands, you don't really have to do what you want with your hands. You can put them on your lap. I find it useful to just rest them in my lap. But what I do is I sit up straight and I give myself a little bit of a wiggle, make sure my back is up looser and, loosen it up a bit, and then I can start. So if you just do that for a second and just do that and get yourself ready. Right then, so we're going to go through the routine and I'm going to do some counting. And to help you do it. So just listen to my voice as you're doing and just follow the instructions. You can do it with your eyes closed or you can do it with your eyes open. That's up to you. So you ready? So I'm going to have a cough so I'm clear with my throat, clear my throat. And that's also sometimes useful as well. I really should have a glass of water here. I haven't got a glass of water today. So we're going to go through the 5s. So are you ready for number 1? Breathe in through the nose. 3, 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 3, 4, and 5. Number 2. Breathe in. 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 3. Breathe in. 3, 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 4. Breathe in. 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 5. Breathe in. 4, 5. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. And just sit there for a second and just appreciate what you've just done, that you just take in a minute. And you might, again, just want to shake yourself out. For me, it's fantastic. I feel so much calmer when I've done that. I feel a lot more centered. I feel a lot more relaxed. And you could use this technique, for example, before you go in for an interview, or before you need to go and talk to the kids about something, or you need to make a presentation. You can just do it quite simply like that. You also notice that I was using my hands. I like to put my hand here when I'm holding the breath, and I like to move it out because it just helps me and gives me a visual representation. If I was doing it with public in a public setting like on a tube, I wouldn't be doing that. And I also use my fingers to count how many repetitions I've done, because believe it or not, after 2 or 3 you forget. You can do it any way you want. So as I said, I do it when I go for a swim. You do it in my house. I do it, just when I need some time out, and I can just take that 1 minute for myself. And the last thing you might want to consider is adding an intention or a saying or a mantra to the end of what you're doing. So when you do the out breath for the 5 seconds, say inside your head, because you can't say it out loud. You could see as I was doing it, it's hard to talk at the same time and do it, but say in your head a positive mantra. I am confident. I am worthy. I am deserving. I am happy. I am grateful. I am my own awareness. It's up to you, but as long as it's positive and it reaffirms you and it's a statement of intent and you are taking that on at that time.